Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. Well, Matt Gaetz didn't waste much time bringing a motion. Wants to bring a motion to vacate Kevin McCarthy as Speaker of the House. There's a lot of speculation on how this might pan out. The Democrats could vote to have him vacated, and McCarthy would be out. You just need a simple majority to vacate the position. And if there's enough MAGA Republicans and all the Democrats vote for that, McCarthy's out. Chaos will ensue, and we still have a budget that need to pass in 45 days. So I don't think the Democrats are going to go that route. The Democrats could vote present, and then I think right now, at least by the budget vote, there was 120 to 90 supporting the budget, which kind of gives you an idea that there's 120 conservatives and 90 MAGA-like Republicans in the House. So if the Democrats vote present, then likely McCarthy keeps his position. If they vote, give support to McCarthy, it would be best that they get some concessions from McCarthy. Concessions would include a vote for funding Ukraine. Interesting that was the one thing of all the things that they wanted, border security and cuts to social programs, so on and so forth. It was funding to Ukraine that they got. The kind of thing that helps Russia and Putin. Going all the way back to when Russia basically hacked the RNC and DNC servers and only released the information from the DNC servers, to money laundering through the NRA, all the way through Russia, and here we go again with more Russia. But McCarthy, you could get concessions from McCarthy, but he's also notoriously horrible about keeping his promises. So how do you keep him to honor his agreements? All sorts of questions to come up with this reading. But first off, let's look at the energy. Will Matt Gaetz's motion to have Kevin McCarthy removed as Speaker, will it succeed? Okay, let's see. My deck is upside down. Okay, it's kind of a deal with the devil on this one. Will it succeed? If it does, you've done this to yourself at this point. But I think this is them. It's kind of two meanings, right? The MAGA Republicans have chained themselves to Trump, but the GOP have chained themselves to McCarthy, and McCarthy's chained himself to Trump. Will he succeed? Let's see what the cross is. The Empress. Russia may not want him to succeed. If this card were to represent Russia, Russia doesn't want him to do that because he got no funding for Ukraine. And they're going to be happy about that. But this is also, tearing it all down versus, do you like how comfortable your position is in Congress and do you want to maintain that position? Because you got some crazy ideas, boy. Tell you what. So McCarthy is Matt Gaetz going to succeed? He wants to. There's going to be pushback for what's best for the country and what's best for Congress, what's best for the House of Representatives, and what's best for the members of the House of Representatives in both parties. In the past is the Emperor. McCarthy, being a weak leader, went ahead, waited till the last minute before signing off on the budget and having Democrats support it. So, instead of working with the Democrats, he basically surprised them with this last minute game of chicken that he played. So Matt Gaetz is now out there wanting to do something about it because he's fed up with McCarthy and McCarthy's lies. Again, I was saying that the Democrats, you can't trust them with agreements. Matt Gaetz would be the first person to tell you can't trust him. Matt Gaetz apparently has also been reaching out to Democrats trying to find out if they would support Steve Scalise or various other Republicans as Speaker of the House. He was trying to gauge whether or not if he brought this motion forward, which he did, would he have the votes? And right now, at least according to interviews I saw, he doesn't think he has the votes to get rid of McCarthy. This is going to cause a lot of anxiety with the Republicans and the Democrats. Because the Democrats, like, do they want to support McCarthy? They don't much care for him. But at the same time, can you get deals cut with him? For the Republicans, again, this is kind of like the dog trying to catch the car. Once you catch it, what are you going to do with it? For McCarthy, it's stressing him out because he thinks he's got the votes to stay in there, but maybe he doesn't. And for Matt Gaetz, there's rumors going around about him being kicked out. So there's all sorts of things at play here. I think Matt Gaetz, honestly, is overplaying his hand. The lesson to be learned is keeping control of your emotions. Matt Gaetz is taking steps forward, but he needs to check his own emotions. He's young and he's got anger issues. And it's coloring his judgment. It's coloring his actions. And he would rather burn it all down to get his way with things. But it's not a very savvy political move on his part. Outcome is the world. Interesting. Does that mean it's the end of McCarthy's tenure? Or does that mean that this whole debacle is brought to an end? Let's find some clarifiers. Move over, guys. Let's see what we got. Clarifying it, we've got the Two of Pentacles, compromise. Contemplating the good and the bad. The walking away card and the hostage card. Oh, God. Not getting much clarification here. Maybe it's not decided yet. This closure, do you have McCarthy walk away? You have to contemplate, is it worth having him walk away? Is it really worth it? Is this something that we value? And is it, or is it better to be stuck with this guy? These cards both are suggesting that, yeah, getting rid of him is maybe not the best idea. Maybe we should be, and actually I think McCarthy is hostage too, because if he has to make a deal with the Democrats, he's held hostage. He's in check. My reads earlier this year showed McCarthy out as the Speaker of the House. I do not think, though, that this maneuver by Matt Gaetz is going to succeed. I think that he's making a show of it. And honestly, again, I think he's overplaying his hand with this. He's trying to force a vote of no confidence with McCarthy. Maybe get him scared. But the thing is, what's the adage? If you're going to take your shot, don't miss. This could really blow up in Matt Gaetz's face, and I would not be sad about that. I would not be sad about that at all. Okay, so let's do, I think it was Ron Brock who was asking this question. Who's going to come out on top between Matt Gaetz and Kevin McCarthy? Let's throw a little competitive four-carder here. Who's going to come out on top? Matt Gaetz or Kevin McCarthy? All right, come on down. Let's see what we got. Signifier. The welcoming or saying bye-bye. Somebody's going bye-bye. Somebody is Four of Wands, Four of Swords. Somebody's being told to leave. Either it's a timeout or a boot out. Somebody's going to get booted here. Okay? One of the two of them. This literally is like the Westerns. This town ain't big enough for the two of us. Matt Gaetz. He's got his Ace of Swords. And then McCarthy. There's that Eight of Swords there. Interesting. Okay, I got my cards right on this one. Okay, so who's going to win? Matt Gaetz thinks he's got the moral high ground in the justification for removing McCarthy. And he thinks this is something that's deserved. That time and time again, he has watched McCarthy not honor his commitments, and this time he's making a stand. I think in his mind, McCarthy hasn't been honoring his commitments. He's been duplicitous. Is that the right word? He's been a liar and a deceiver on this one. And I don't think this is Matt Gaetz trying to hold his tongue, because he's done anything but hold his tongue. This is looking more like somebody realizing that they need to hold their position. This is clamping down and holding on to your position. I think, although he's got the sort of justice, or at least he thinks he does, he doesn't have the support. You need the support behind you. And what comes around goes around. If you're trying to get out McCarthy and McCarthy's not kicked out, that means they're taking away your position. Whether they take away your committee assignments or kick you out altogether. Let's see what McCarthy has. McCarthy's got the Queen of Swords. Harsh judgment. So if he survives this vote, to him, turnabout is fair play. This is, you tried to assassinate my position. You tried to assassinate me, and I mean that in a figurative sense, like you tried to get rid of me. And if you didn't nail your shot, I'm coming for you. It's judgment time, and he will call his people to his side. I think in the end, the GOP is stuck with him and his feckless leadership. So McCarthy's not going anywhere, although Gaetz is trying to get him to go somewhere. The problem is the winner of this stays. The loser of this goes. This is kind of an all or nothing thing here. My money is on Kevin McCarthy to land on his feet with this. So now I'm just going to throw really quickly to find out if Matt Gaetz is going to be kicked out of Congress. I don't know how that process works. I just saw an article talking about that. Let me make sure that page of cups is on the bottom here. I didn't read through the article to really try and read and understand how that process would work. But I think Matt Gaetz is playing with fire on this one. If Matt Gaetz fails to remove Kevin McCarthy in the speakership, will Matt Gaetz be removed from Congress? Let's find out. We've got some shuffled cards here. Some overhand shuffles. Kind of like that. But let's keep going on it. It's just a clown show, man. Okay, this card wants to stay on top. Here we go. Come on now. Let's see. Will Matt Gaetz be removed from Congress? Somebody's going. What do we got? Five of Pentacles. The Empress. My initial reaction is to say I think so. At the very, he could get censured on this one. Here's what I think is going to happen. Will they get removed from Congress? I don't think so. I mean, this is the young man with the idea and coming forward with something he thought is of value. But underneath is the Empress. This is what's really of value to it. And now you've got the establishment and the false friend. And then people celebrating. Now, I imagine if Matt Gaetz was humble and brought forth an apology and accepted being censured or something along those lines, they might let him stay in the House simply because they need his votes. But he'll never be trusted with anything, and he'll have to behave himself and be a good little boy. And then, Congress, the Republicans will celebrate the end of this war. Now, if this means Gaetz is being booted out, I think here's the boy that came up with his valuable idea, but it wasn't as valuable as he thought. And now the Republican Party takes care of their own. They don't let their dirty laundry outside, but Matt Gaetz is all about airing out their dirty laundry. So, the power brokers in the Republican Party are going to get together and, come up with a poison cup here, telling him he can leave. And then they celebrate. I'm kind of leaning towards that second one. Again, it's possible that Gaetz isn't removed, but right now, I think that barring an incredible amount of humility, apologies, and other things, they're gonna ask him to leave. And if he does all the apologies and stuff like that, maybe they will censure him and humiliate him in front of everyone to basically establish the pecking order. But right now, does it look like McCarthy's going to be removed? No, I don't think he's going to get removed. Who do I think is going to win this one? I think that McCarthy is going to win this one. And in this kind of scenario, not being loyal is equivalent to being a traitor, and traitors are dealt with in kind. So, yeah, censorship, removal from committees, and being basically persona non grata would be the best thing that happens to Gaetz, and being kicked out of Congress would be the more likely thing that happens, because it would require Gaetz to actually show humility, and somehow I don't think he's about all that. And then there's always the court cases that might be coming up in Florida involving Gaetz and DeSantis and others. So, stay tuned. Maybe they've got something that they might accidentally leak that torpedoes Matt Gaetz's political career. All right, that's my reading on that. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for your likes and shares and comments to help feed the YouTube algorithm so my video makes it out to new viewers. And to those new viewers, welcome to the channel. Hope you found this reading insightful, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.